Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This week we thought we would show you a side-by-side comparison of two great RV resorts here in the Florida Keys. One being Fiesta Key, the other being Sunshine Key RV Resort.
Yes, they are both Thousand Trails resorts right on the water. But which one is a better spot for RVers like us?
We have stayed at both of these resorts on multiple occasions now, and we love them both for different reasons. And in this video, we're going to explain what those reasons are, and if these reasons might just help you out in your decision of which one, if you can only stay at one, which one you would choose. And we will share what both of these RV resorts have to offer.
That's right. So if you're new here, we are Allie Chuck Adventures. I'm Allie.
And I'm Chuck.
And be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification so you know when we upload new adventures. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the location of both of these RV resorts.
So Fiesta Key is just, I would guess you would say, south of Islamorada. I would say about 10 miles south of the downtown Islamorada area. And Sunshine Key is just past the 7-mile bridge south of Marathon.
For us, location-wise, we like Sunshine Key RV Resort better.
True. It is still a little bit of a drive from Sunshine Key, which is just south of Marathon, to Key West, but it's a much closer drive than Fiesta Key to Key West. As we learned last night, hour and a half drive from Fiesta Key here if you want to go to Key West. That's quite a trip,
That's
especially at night when you
Yes.
have to really watch with the key deer and everything through Big Pine Key.
Right.
Sunshine Key, it's about, I would say, somewhere between 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic, but a half an hour makes a big difference
It
for
really
us.
does.
So for us, we like Sunshine Key better when we know we're going to be going down to Key West
That's
on
right.
multiple occasions.
Yes.
We chose Fiesta Key this time because we were at Sunshine Key back in June. We did all the Key West stuff that we kind of wanted to do back then. We only made the trip down to Key West twice on this trip in
That's
2
right.
weeks.
So keep that in mind. If you are really planning on wanting to go to Key West, probably going to like to stay at the Sunshine Key RV Resort because it'll be closer for you.
I guess we'll look at the RV sites themselves and kind of compare the two campgrounds and RV resorts. Honestly, they're both pretty similar, that the fact that they are gravel, they both have 30, 50 amp full hookups. One thing that we have noticed in our second time as a Thousand Trails member staying here at Fiesta Key is that the Thousand Trails sites that they put us in are very, very close together. As you can see here, you have very little room for your patio side and very little room on your hookup side. Now, when we've stayed at Sunshine Key, I felt like we had a little bit more space in between the RV sites.
But both resorts have beautiful waterfront views, but they're not Thousand Trails sites.
Yes, you're going to have to pay more for those. But if you really want a waterfront site, I don't think you can go wrong at either one of these campgrounds.
Right.
I do believe that Sunshine Key has more waterfront sites than Fiesta Key does. They have a few more sites in general overall than what Fiesta Key does as well. But again, both of these campgrounds have full hookups, 50 amp service, you have your sewer hookups, and you do have cable and Wi-Fi. Now, we have not been able to get our cable working here at Fiesta Key this time, but I don't know that that's their issue or it's our issue, because we've never really tried to use cable in this RV before, and I'm thinking something is wrong with the cable in this RV. I don't know. But I will say here at Fiesta Key, we tried to log into their Wi-Fi, and it's a paid service, so we did not use the Wi-Fi, so we really can't report on how the Wi-Fi works at either one of these campgrounds, because we always use our personal hotspot on our phones, which has always worked great in the Florida Keys. We have never had an issue with cell phone service at either one of these campgrounds. Cell phone has always worked great. So that pretty much kind of gives you an overall feel of the RV sites here. Obviously, big rig friendly across the board, both campgrounds. No issues there. Fiesta Key, I even said to Allie when we were pulling in this time, this is our second time staying here, I said, I wonder if this used to be a KOA. Well, oddly enough, I heard a gentleman in the pool talking to somebody yesterday, and he said it was back 20-some years ago. It does have that KOA feel when you pull in.
So the next thing that we're going to talk about is the amenities and the activities at both RV resorts.
The amenities here at Fiesta Key, I personally like. This is where Allie and I are going to disagree a little bit. She likes the pool at Sunshine Key better. I like the pool here at Fiesta Key better. Fiesta Key, the pool is elevated, If you stand up around the deck, you're getting 180-degree panoramic views of the ocean, which I really like.
And the pool at Sunshine Key RV Resort, it's located inside the campground where you're not able to see water. But to me, I like it because it has a lot more of a tropical feel. It has all the beautiful plants and it has all the little tiki huts that sit underneath. I just like the vibe of that pool better.
It is. It's really pretty around that pool. I just like the views here and just the open feel of it. But here at Fiesta Key, they also have 2 hot tubs, and they don't have that at Sunshine Key. So if you like hot tubs, this is definitely a campground you want to come to.
And I did notice they have a kiddie little kiddie pool section for 3 years and under. Here,
Which Sunshine Key does not have.
Yeah, Fiesta Key has that where the toddlers could be in that side of the pool.
Now, both of these campgrounds have a quote-unquote beach. I will say Sunshine Key Beach actually does have the beach that like tapers down into the water. It's not that fancy of a beach, but you know, the Keys are not really known for beaches.
Yeah.
Here, the beach, I think, is spectacular. It's very immaculate. Lots of nice lounge chairs and wicker like chairs and seats. But it's a seawall, so there's no real beach going down into the water. So I don't know if you can really swim here. I've not seen anybody doing that. We did see some old, looked like dilapidated concrete steps at one point going down into the water, but I don't know how safe those would be to try to get in.
So honestly, for me, both of them are really nice, but I think I have to agree with you. I think the one here at Fiesta Key is a lot more beautiful. Yeah.
So when you're like laying out on a chaise lounge chair here, like we did the other night, it's just oceanfront view everywhere.
It is. It's beautiful.
Really beautiful. Another really big thing about Fiesta Key that we really liked the first time we were here, they have an on-site restaurant and bar. And they had live music while we were here back first time. I believe the name of the restaurant was Ocean 305. Unfortunately, this time it's closed. We have heard from several different people that they are planning on new owners taking it over and reopening it, and they are hoping to have that reopened for the busy season that we're coming into right now in 2025, when all the snowbirds and everybody starts filing down from the north to the Keys. So hopefully that will be reopened, because that was such a cool thing. To walk from your RV,
so neat.
Go eat, have a dinner, have a drink, an overpriced drink, I might add, but it was it was good.
Yeah, those boat drinks are always like that. But the sunset sitting there at the table while you're having dinner and your drink is just spectacular.
Not having to worry about driving, you know, you can just drink, walk back to your RV. It's great. Now, Sunshine Key, the times we've been there, they have had a food truck up by the pool, but it seems like it's only open on Friday, Saturday. I think pretty much just Fridays and Saturdays. So, but they did have something there. We've noticed here at Fiesta Key, they have a basketball court, they have a pickleball court, and a decent-sized playground if you have kids. Sunshine Key, on the other hand, I think they have way more, because they have full-size tennis courts, pickleball courts, they have the basketball courts, they have a volleyball court, they have a lot bigger playground for kids, I would say. So I would say, if you have kids, Sunshine Key, probably going to lean towards that. Or if you're into tennis and all that kind of stuff, you're probably going to like that one better.
So both of them actually have marinas. So if you have a boat, or if you're going to be out on the water, both places provide that for you.
Now, both of these RV resorts do have golf cart rentals, if that's something you're into and you want to rent a golf cart to whiz around the campground. Us, personally, we love our electric bikes, and we do love riding around the RV campgrounds. It's just, especially here in the Keys of an evening when it's
feeling that breeze. Oh, it's just, you could smell the salty air and enjoy looking at everybody else's RVs and their lights and watching everybody have a good time.
Yep. So one of the things we like doing at both of these campgrounds when we are out riding our bikes is try to catch a sunset, and both of them provide excellent sunsets. You know, obviously sky permitting, but they both have great views where the sun sets, if you can see it. And this is where Allie and I are going to disagree a little bit. I like Sunshine Key better, because where you go to see sunset, there is a actual little dock. It's called Sunset Pier, and you walk out on this little pier and you can see sunset. She prefers this.
Yeah, I like Fiesta Key better because I like being able to go to the little sunset point, and they have a little gazebo there, and a lot of people go out there together to watch the sunset. It's just a neat little point.
Yeah, that's true. I do feel like she's right. Here at Fiesta Key, it seems like there's more of a gathering of people because it's just this point and the campground, and it's kind of sandwiched between campsites. So you got to be careful you're not trespassing on somebody's campsite. As to where at Sunshine Key, I don't feel like there's always a lot of people there. There's a few, but here it's like it's a big gathering with some clapping going on when the sun goes down.
Yeah, but you do like Sunshine Key better. You like going on the dock.
I do like going on the dock. Both of these campgrounds, obviously, because they're resorts, they have propane refill if you need it for your RV, which we filled up as we were leaving KOA, so we didn't need it here. But they do have it if you need it. Also, both of these campgrounds have really good laundry services. We've used the laundry back in June at Sunshine Key, first time we ever used laundry there, and we've used it here at Fiesta Key. It's like $2.25 to do a load of laundry and $2.25 to dry it. It's not bad. And the machines are all, they look nice and they're current and they do what they're supposed to do.
Yep. And one thing that we did notice this time is that Fiesta Key has a camp store. I don't think Sunshine Key has one.
Not that we've ever seen.
Yeah. And so in this camp store here at Fiesta Key, they have everything you can imagine, from food to camping supplies to pet supplies to
T-shirts, hats, stickers,
everything.
magnets,
Yeah.
alcohol, everything. Yeah. Honestly, when we were here the first time, we never went in there. I thought it was because it's located right next to the marina. I thought it was just something to do with the marina, like people going in there to buy ice to go fishing or bait or what have you. We walked in this time just to see if they had stickers, and we were totally shocked. It was like, wow, this is like a little grocery store right here.
Yeah, we actually bought some flip-flops and got a couple drinks.
So I think that is one advantage that Fiesta Key here has over Sunshine Key. Now, Sunshine Key does have a gas station out front that is part of their resort, and it does have a convenience store there. So maybe that's their camp store. I don't know. We've not been in it. We have gotten gas there before, but we've never been into the store. So if you know and you've been there, is that a camp store, or do they have a camp store that we missed? Drop that down in the comments below. Let us know. So, cost. What do these campgrounds cost?
Well, both of them are 1,000 Trails campgrounds.
So for 1,000 Trails, it's $20 a night. Can't beat it.
So if you're concerned about cost, it's the same price.
So if you're not a 1,000 Trails member, you're going to look to probably spend somewhere between $150 to $250 a night, depending on what season it's in, and what kind of sites you get. Waterfront sites obviously are going to be the most expensive.
That's right.
And they do both have cabins, both have rental RV trailers too. So if you don't have an RV, you want to stay in an RV, you can rent one at either one. And the cabins really look nice in both campgrounds.
Yep.
So I just literally brought this up to Allie this morning, that both of these resorts are really close to state parks. So if you like Florida state parks, like we like Florida state parks, and if you've been watching our channel, you know we love our Florida state parks. Fiesta Key is really close to Long Key State Park, really cool state park.
So if you're staying at Sunshine Key RV Resort, you're very close to Bahia Honda State Park, and that's a beautiful park.
Our favorite, and we've yet to get a stay there camping, and we try. But last time we were at Sunshine Key, we rode our bikes. It's only like a 2-mile bike ride from the campground, and I think Long Key State Park is only like a couple miles from here, maybe less. We haven't rode our bikes there, but we are going to take a little day trip down there this afternoon and enjoy that state park.
Yep.
How far is it going to be if you want to go to a grocery store from each one of these RV resorts, or some of the restaurants that are really good to eat at that we've eaten at before that we could recommend that are near these RV resorts?
So at both RV resorts, there is a grocery store about 15 minutes away from either one. So there's not really a clear winner on that.
Except Sunshine Key does have Marathon, which has a Winn-Dixie and has a Publix, whereas Islamorada, all I seen was the Publix. Could be wrong. Maybe there's a Winn-Dixie hiding in there somewhere I didn't know. If there is, let us know in the comments, because we always want to be corrected if I'm wrong. But we've always went to the Publix. Now, another cool thing that we like to do when we're staying at Fiesta Key RV Resort is go to the Bass Pro Shops in Islamorada.
Yes.
If you've not been to this Bass Pro Shops,
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's a little history there.
yep, they got the sister ship, I don't know if you call it the sister boat, I guess, of Pillar, the Ernest Hemingway boat. It's identical. It's just not his boat, but it is identical. And they have it all set up. You can walk inside it. Really cool.
And out back, they've got a marina and a really cool place to see shark and tarpon.
Yeah, in the wild, you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to go to the aquarium here. You can just go right out back, see tarpon, manatee, sharks. We've seen it all there.
So as far as restaurants goes,
I don't think you can beat either campground here in the Keys, because the Keys have a lot of good offerings for restaurants, that's for sure. If you've ever been to the Keys at all, you know there's a lot of good seafood down here. Now, when we've stayed at Fiesta Key, we have gone to,
we went to Wahoo's.
and that was a really good restaurant with a really good view from the upstairs. The food was really good there.
We've also been to Hog Heaven several times.
Several times. We actually went there for Halloween this year, and they had a Halloween party going on. We dressed up, as you can see here, and we had a good time there. We didn't eat that night. We have eaten there several times. We actually did have some, what was it, nachos on Halloween, so I guess we did eat there on Halloween technically, but we didn't really eat a meal per se. But every time we've had a meal there, never been disappointed with the meal. Cost is fairly reasonable. Service has always been great. So definitely, we love Hog Heaven. That's a big recommendation from us, Hog Heaven.
And we've also eaten at Robbie's, which is a really neat place.
Yep. You can actually feed the tarpon. You can go right there, pay, get a bucket of fish, feed the tarpon. But our experience at Robbie's, we only ate there once. It was not the best. We had Nikki at the time, so they seated us kind of off to the side. We were getting swarmed by flies the whole time we were eating.
It
So
was like
I
you
don't
had
know.
to eat so fast because otherwise the flies would have taken your food away.
Yeah. And we've also tried Bayside Gourmet with our friends Nelson and Rosie. They took us there and treated us to dinner. Was it the last time we were in the Keys?
Yes.
Yeah. Food was awesome there.
Really good.
I think we might go back there for dinner tonight, actually. Sunshine Key, you're really close to Marathon, so everything you can imagine is in Marathon. You have fast food to places like where we ate a couple nights ago at Porky's. We've eaten there several times. Porky's, best barbecue.
They have very good food there and live entertainment. So if you want to go listen to music while you're eating, great place.
Every time we've been there, there's been a solo act there playing, and they've always been really good. So we love that place. That place, we said the other night, actually kind of reminds us of one of our favorite places in Cedar Key that we used to go to all the time. So it's highly recommended on our list.
And what was the Boondockers?
Yeah, Boondockers. Well, we've eaten at Boondockers a few times too. It's just down the road a little bit from Sunshine Key, not very far either. Very good place. Putt-putt golf next door if you want to play some putt-putt. We did a couple times. Fun little course. But Sunset Grill is really cool too. It's a cool restaurant to catch a sunset, have a meal,
and then you can get in the pool
and go swimming.
Very neat.
Yep. So if you're wanting to have a meal, catch a sunset, go for a dip, Sunset Grill. And we have tried the 7 Mile Grill once. Honestly,
Not a fan.
we were kind of disappointed. Maybe we caught it on a bad day. Maybe we just didn't order the right thing. I don't know. Wasn't our favorite, but it is cool, and it's I guess pretty historical little restaurant right there. And also, there is a chain here. There's one in Islamorada, from what I understand. We haven't eaten there, but we ate at the one in Marathon called Island Fish Company. Our pastor actually turned us on to it. He said it was one of the best restaurants they've ever had while they were in the Keys. We did eat there. If memory serves, we had conch fritters. It was the first time I ever had conch fritters.
And they were phenomenal.
Conch fritters were amazing. And the first time I ate them, so I didn't really know what to expect, but I liked them.
Very good.
I don't remember what else we had. I just remember the conch fritters. And last but not least, the reason I would pick Sunshine Key over Fiesta Key for a restaurant location and proximity, Sunshine Key is closer to my favorite, and that is No Name Pub. Best pizza, hands down, that I've had in the Keys for sure. It's probably my second favorite pizza next to the Chicago deep dish we had earlier this year. And I love pizza. I love making my own pizza. Their pizza is phenomenal. And it's such a cool vibe with such a cool history there. If you've not heard of the No Name Pub and you're going to be staying at Sunshine Key, it's not that far to go to it. Heck, if you're staying at Fiesta Key, take the time, drive, and go to it. And let us know in the comments if you like it as much as I do.
And you will not believe the amount of dollar bills all over the ceiling and walls.
Yep.
They're everywhere in there.
I know.
We have a couple of ours up there.
We've donated a couple, that's for sure.
So in conclusion, so there's really not a clear winner for both of us as far as Sunshine Key RV Resort or Fiesta Key.
So for $20 a night as 1,000 trails,
You can't go wrong with either
this
RV resort.
no,
They're both amazing.
this is the best, cheapest option for an RV resort in the Florida Keys you're going to find.
That's right.
And honestly, this is why we keep our 1,000 Trails membership. Honestly, is for these two campgrounds in the Florida Keys.
We love it here so much.
It pays for itself, you know. If you stay here 2 or 3 weeks out of the year, you've more than paid for your 1,000 Trails membership for the year. So that's why we love it, and I'm sure you will love it too if you stay here. Even if you have to pay full price, I just still think you're going to like it. But I will say, if you haven't watched one of our previous videos about the KOA at Sugarloaf, check out one of our previous videos, which we'll leave a link to up above. That is the KOA in Sugarloaf. That place, pretty awesome. But, it's not 1,000 trails, so you're going to spend, we spent like 140 a night, and we had just a regular standard site. All right, guys, that's going to pretty much wrap up our comparison of Fiesta Key RV Resort compared to Sunshine Key RV Resort. The two best, cheapest 1,000 trail campgrounds you can ever expect to spend a night at in the Florida Keys.
And I hope you found this video informative, and I hope that it helps you out with making a decision when you decide to come down to the Keys and where you're going to stay at.
Right. I mean, you can always stay at both.
That's true.
Yep.
And be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when we upload new adventures.
We will see you guys in the next adventure.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.